shoving us into this.
Hello.
We're here now.
Go, get in there, breach the door, let's move.
Not, we're here to talk words into your ears.
Stop. Never say that again.
Oh, I just realized that I didn't do sound check, but we're gonna just roll with it.
Did you click record this time?
Yes, he already
I
did.
did. Hit record.
It's already
Good,
gone.
good, good.
It's gone.
Yeah, we're good.
Park this podcast right in a little garage.
So, welcome back to the Mandalorian recap.
Yeah.
Yay!
This is the way.
That sounded more Mexican than Star Wars, but that's okay.
No, it's El Mandalorian.
El Mandalor.
Okay.
So, we are covering episode 4.
Which was great.
Overall,
yeah.
I thought it was pretty sweet.
It was pretty
Yeah,
fucking
that's
sweet.
It was awesome.
So,
I loved
so it's canon that Baby Yoda pretty much is a mechanic, right? Because he can.
He's
that was
got
it.
this.
Mechanic.
Yeah,
He's got this.
he's got this. He's got wires. He
He's
knows how
not
to
like
do it.
he's not like a trained mechanic. He's more of like your cousin that works on his own
It's
car.
like he
a
watched
lot.
Yeah,
a YouTube
a lot.
video
Like he
on
doesn't
how
know
to
what
do it.
he's doing, but he's messed up and up on his own. Where he's like, I got this.
It's
I
like,
got
hey,
this.
it's like, hey, bro, like, yeah, come on, man, come over to the house. You know, I got you. We'll go ahead we'll drop your engine real quick. We'll go ahead and put some more spark plugs in there. We'll clean off your belt. We'll put a new belt on there. We got it. Everything is all right. We're gonna get it.
But in reality, what you hear is,
And Mando's like,
paraphrase.
you make sure you put the blue wire and take that away. Put the red wire where the blue wire was.
What if he's
No,
he's colorblind? He can't tell what color it is.
Maybe. But he looks at those wires like me trying to explain to my wife, like, no, babe, you gotta do that. You gotta, no, babe, that doesn't go there. You gotta, and she's like, and I'm like, no, baby.
did anybody else get Baby Groot vibes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Push that Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
He's like, you just got to go in there, and if you do this, you're gonna blow the whole thing up. Okay?
He's like,
Don't
touch
press
the
that
wires
button.
together.
I am Groot.
I'm Groot. No, it's the button that'll kill everyone. But I like how he legit just zaps himself like with like 1 billion volts, and he's like, "You all right?" He's like, "Ah." He's just like, "All right, come here."
Worth a shot.
Worth the shot.
For the shot,
That was
forget
awesome.
it.
I really
amazing.
thought we were gonna see some. I thought that episode wasn't gonna be that episode. I thought
Yep.
we were gonna see something else.
I was. Yeah.
But you know what? You know what I do like is the fact that I feel the way that they're putting it together is what we're expecting, we're never getting, and we're okay with it.
Yeah.
That can't be said for a lot of shows.
I hate
A lot
this
of shows
week
when
to week
you-
stuff though. I just want to binge it all right now.
I
Right.
know, but
right now.
like all right now once.
But when a show has the ability to do that, to give you something you didn't even ask for and you're still happy with it,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Not a lot of shows can really do that.
Not at all. I mean, I think it's just the whole. It's Star Wars. Star Wars can do whatever it wants.
Gonna watch
It
it.
really can.
Everybody will love it.
Look at the sequel trilogies. Watched it anyway. It was
Exactly.
terrible. Watched it more than once.
Exactly.
Well,
Horrible.
Star
but
Wars.
hey, it's Star Wars.
I saw a I saw a
hated
little
episode
metric. I saw a little metric, and it was saying that the Mandalorian accounts for like 75. Oh, good. Thank heavens. I'm getting a notification from my work.
Everyone signs your phone. Your computer's all, I'm here too.
So mine's like, yeah, this is the way. But anyway, it was showing that the Mandalorian accounts for, I think it was 75% of all Disney Plus viewings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the only reason I got
That's
Disney
the
Plus.
only
I
reason
am
why I
very-
got
Marvel
it.
shows
I'm
on there.
100%. I mean, I got, what do you call it? Because I'm with my mobile carrier.
Right,
They
yeah.
gave ours for a whole year for free.
So you watched Aristocats, 17 times in a row.
100%. Why
Yeah,
wouldn't I?
it-
It's the
of
best
course.
Who needs to
movie
watch
ever.
Mandalorian?
Only
you know?
17?
Yeah, right.
Only 17. Like, come on.
That's on a slow week.
Go to sleep watching Lilo and Stitch. Like, come on.
Clearly.
I watched Brink first.
Oh God. But
Not
that's
as good
crazy.
as when you're 8 years old.
I'm very surprised.
Johnny Tsunami.
Johnny.
That was the
sorry.
second movie.
was a good one.
Wow. Thank you for that wonderful
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah. I feel like a child again.
The fact that the Mandalorian cast hasn't been in the hospital for carrying all that weight on their backs is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you're correct. This episode wasn't expected, but halfway through, because that's where I started to judge. I'm like, man, this is like, okay, it's a filler episode. But then halfway through, I'm like, wait a minute, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good one.
Yeah, well, because there was so much background information that was happening that we didn't need, but after you see it, we needed it. You know,
The Mandalorian does a great job of taking out of context information and just finding a sweet little spot for it. And there's so many nods, because I know that we're all extended universe and Old Republic style fans. I know that we are, but the way that it kind of has all that information and it drops little nuggets every once in a while, you're like, oh, I remember that, like the crate dragon pearls and all that stuff.
From this episode, my favorite little pearl that they dropped was Cara Dune being from Alderaan.
Yep.
Yeah.
When was the last time you thought about Alderaan?
Yeah.
Never.
I was
When you were 10 years old when it blew up?
Exactly, right?
Yeah,
No, but
exactly. That was
it's
cool.
crazy.
I was waiting for her to drop like, oh, did you lose anybody on? And then she's like, Princess
I
Leia.
lost everyone.
Yeah.
That was
everyone.
even better. That was
Yeah,
good.
everyone.
Good line.
And the fact
job,
that they're
writer.
just putting all of these different things in there and just making it so pleasant to watch. Because the fact that they're not rushing things,
Well,
I'm happy.
you get this whole first scene with the wires, then they land, and then there's, they obviously greet him, and then I knew from the start, it's like, repair this ship. The minute I saw that guy, I'm like,
The
something,
mechanic.
something's
he's
not
gonna
right.
want
with
something.
him.
He's
Something ain't
gonna
right.
want
Well, what do you
Something
got?
ain't right.
He's the same species as Gunny from Squadrons,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool because they're kind of like an untalked about species.
look
Very
like
untalked
fish.
about.
No,
It was on Solo too, I think.
Yes,
they went
yes,
on
it
the
was.
planet.
Yep.
So that planet they went to was on Solo, and of course
Yep.
he was in Squadron. So yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, you get a little bit of that, and then, so I like how they break the tension, because then, boom, Baby Yoda's in school.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And the little,
and he's
blue macaroon.
and he's heisting macaroons. He's learning.
I love it, because the look that he gives this kid's all, you ain't getting
That-
these.
He's like, no. Like he was a pet. No.
And then out of nowhere with the little hand and the little lip, he's all,
He said, "You son of a bet. I'm getting them."
I'm sorry.
I need
Did
some
you just
blue
say
milk.
no to me?
yeah, I'm 50.
I've never heard no in my life.
Wait a minute, young man.
Where are
I
your
am-
parents?
He needs a side of blue milk to go with his blue macaroon. Not
Virgin spotchka. Just virgin
He's
spotchka.
50. He can drink.
Yeah, he can.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He
I
can.
almost,
drink.
called it sploosh on accident.
Oh,
That's
no.
Stuff from holes.
Hey, you know what? I'm just saying, if Shia LaBeouf just kicks down the door, he's like, "Where's the Mandalorian?" I mean, anywhere's up for that guy.
Looking for the Jedi. Just do it. Go look for him.
The grandson of Palpatine's like, "Just do it."
The lightsaber comes out.
Oh my goodness. But all the other things that's like kind of putting the pieces together, I like that. The fact that why they want the child.
Did anyone else notice, going back to the school real quick, the girl that was behind the kid that said no, she had the Rey Skywalker hair.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like that gravity-defying hair that Star Wars is known for.
Yeah, that weird gravity define. How does that work?
Have you noticed that all of
Lots of
the
hairspray.
yeah? Have you noticed that the different generations of princesses have a bun for their generation?
Yeah.
What do you call it? Because Padme had her single bun, Leia had her dual buns, and then Rey had three
back
buns.
buns.
Oh, I think you're onto something.
I'm onto something. So the next girl is gonna have 4 buns.
It's gonna be a bun hawk.
Bun.
Yeah. A bun hawk.
That'd be tight.
Bun hawk.
That'd be
One
tight.
Literally
one
tight.
head part of her head is gonna be shaved. Another one's gonna be braided with buns on one bun here, one bun in the back, and one in the middle. Yeah, it'd be perfect.
I would love some steamed buns right now. Some pork buns.
Oh yeah.
Pork buns.
I don't know about the pork ones. I can have those.
Okay, I'm sorry. Beef buns. Is that
Yeah,
better?
that's
Anyways,
Beefy buns.
beefy buns.
yeah.
I want to ask Monty something real quick.
Yes.
That thing that the X-Wing pilot put on the table for Cara Dune, do you know what that is? It obviously had the rebel symbol on it.
Yeah.
Is that an Easter egg or callback to anything? I couldn't figure it out.
It's a badge.
I
for,
thought it was a callback from.
No, I don't think it's a callback. I think it's more of a
If you're interested, let us know, kind of thing.
kind of, yeah. It's like a.
Transponder?
I think it's just a mix because obviously in that universe it could be literally anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to my knowledge, it's something like a military challenge coin or a information beacon or something like that. Basically, it's a way of saying, like, we're here for you. You need to be here for us. You know, because he did make a fair point. He made a fair point to her, kind of calling out, like, listen, you were there for that. I served during that.
Yeah.
You and I come from the same thing. We need people like you. Yeah, and he even said, he was like, I looked up your record. He goes, you were a badass. Well, obviously, she's still a badass.
Yeah. Single-handedly saved Navarro.
Exactly. Yeah, but I think that's pretty awesome that they did that. They're starting to bridge different things.
Yep.
And I really like that. They're not being exclusive. Like, that's what I noticed about the newest trilogy, is they were very exclusive. They you know, certain things weren't going to be added in, and that's where you lost a lot of our generation of fans, is because we're like, yeah, but meh. You have Darth Vader, blasters, and lightsabers. There's really nothing else for us here. That's it.
Yeah.
But with the Mandalorian, there's callbacks to everything: Old Republic, Republic Commando, Clone Wars, everything.
So here's something I wanted to get into, because obviously these Mando things are kind of short, but I think it's gonna get us on a downhill spiral right now. But
Yay.
so let's just talk about when they were in the base and they
We're
had
just jumping straight to that point.
you know what I want to talk about.
Yeah, let's go.
I have to.
Go
So
go for it.
Let's go.
there's things in test tubes, right?
Spoiler.
Yeah. If you haven't seen
if you
it,
haven't
don't
seen it,
listen.
yeah,
If
You
you're
need to
don't
watch
watching
out at
listen
the
in.
beginning of the episode that says,
By
hey,
this
if you haven't
time,
seen the
it's
episode,
too late.
don't listen.
But
Too late.
So they get in the base, they hear that hollow, and
Right.
they talk about how they need more. What the fuck did he say? His M count.
M count.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which-
they need some, there's no
which
one else
for
with a
all of
high M
you-
count.
For all of you who
favorite.
don't know, M count is the medical term for midichlorian count.
Which is Star Wars' new way of not talking about midichlorians.
Yeah.
Because they're like, it needs to sound more scientific, because this is dumb, but this
Yeah.
is how the Force works, we think.
Well,
think.
no, it's true. That's,
Oh, yeah.
that's how it actually works.
But after the prequel trilogy, they walked that back really quick
and I don't
turned
know
it to
why.
M count. It is what it
don't-
is. It's a fictional universe.
No, I know
Who
that,
cares?
but-
You know,
Yeah.
and that's why. Because there's so many people who are like, that wouldn't work. It's just bacteria.
It's a fake science
Yeah.
describing fake biology.
Yeah, in a fake
Yeah.
universe.
Or
In
Mandalorian's
a
real.
fake mind of somebody thinking it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I'm assuming that's why they need the child.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because
They
they're
ran
trying.
out of blood.
Yeah.
Well,
John
because
has
they're, as far as they're concerned, there are no more force sensitive people anymore.
Yeah.
So
As far as they're concerned.
Here's the question I posed for the three of you.
Right.
Are they trying to revive Palpatine? Or are they trying to revive Snoke?
Snoke was actually a failed reproduction of Palpatine.
Yeah,
And
well,
this happens before episode 7.
that's what I was going to talk about, because
This happens in
like,
between
they're trying to
Empire and
make
First
us
Order.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he had like tubes full of hymns.
Yeah.
Thems.
Yeah.
So
I think that they are Snokes because in episode 9, as Ben Solo's
spoiler.
the movie
If
came
you
out-
haven't seen it by
It's
now,
been like
just
we're gonna
It's been
spoil it
like-
anyway, so you don't waste your time.
yeah.
When he's walking through,
It was just the ending that was god awful.
But they confirmed Revan at the end of it, so I was
Yeah,
like,
they
yay.
but when
Thank
Ben
God.
Solo's walking in and runs into Palpatine, all those other test tubes are also Snoke. So maybe these are the same test tubes that got. Oh no, because they got blown up.
They got those one got blown up, but they might have some others.
Well,
over
you
around
gotta
there.
you gotta also keep in mind. Remember when they're talking? He's like, "I thought this was a forward operating base." He's like, "Well, it's supposed to be." And the way that I think about it is, obviously, the Empire. There's the same thing with our military and government. There's a lot of things on the surface that you see, and you're like, "Oh, yep, that's it." And then when you look a little deeper, you're like, "Oh, well, that wasn't supposed to be there. What's that?"
Aliens are real.
Aliens are real. Yep.
Tall
It's true.
whites, short
Yeah.
grays.
Nah, man, they're all ET. Just
That's it.
All,
They
all
all just have to go
Rogers.
home.
They're all Rogers, basically.
but
Glowing
I
fingers coming right at you.
exactly.
Absolutely.
I think the way that everything's set up for that is there's so many different things that could be happening at all these other remainder bases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna be
think-
fun. It's gonna be fun to see exactly what they're gonna bring and how they're gonna bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
Because will this even show like the repercussion of what happened at the end of episode 9? You know what I'm saying? When basically all these extra clones are Force sensitive and Palpatine's back. Like, have they been using Baby Yoda blood for
God, that
the
ending
end
was so
count?
But
I know I hate the name.
But
I
do you
too.
guys remember?
Come back to life, my friend. I'm dead now.
I sacrificed my own life for Pakistan.
Yeah.
I sacrificed my own life for Rey Solo.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah,
bad.
I couldn't stand that ending. That
Well,
was like no.
Have you guys seen Rebels?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Rebels.
I'm hoping that in one of these series, maybe not the Mandalorian, but if they do like a Ezra Bridger one or something, they use that world between worlds to go into that moment and save Ben.
See,
There's a lot of fan theories about it.
as cool as that would be.
I want Ben Solo. I don't want whatever the heck is Kylo Ren.
Well, this is the way that I look at it. Whether or not you like that series or not, not Rebels, the extra 3 episodes. The problem that I have with it, is when you're looking at the last trilogy that we had, episodes 7, 8, 9, Disney tried to go so overboard with the fan service for the fans that aren't fans of the original Star Wars. So boxing, many much moosin. But
Hey.
and then they wonder why fans from our generation weren't too enthused about it. So as much as I would love to say yes, do that and save Ben Solo and bring him back, Disney needs to kind of lay in their bed. They made it. They need to lie in it. They can't, you can't put another series at risk to try to save a trilogy that you didn't really invest your whole heart into.
Yeah.
So I just don't leave it. Let it die. The Lorax, let it die, let it die.
And it's not
let it
even
shrivel,
our
let it
generation.
die.
It's also our parents' generation who
Yep.
grew up watching Emperor Palpatine get killed.
Yep.
He's been dead for 30 years, and then all of a sudden they bring him
All of
back.
a sudden he's back.
Yep.
That's the part I didn't. I wish they would have done like Grand Admiral Thrawn or something. in
And
a
they
sequel
totally
trilogy.
could have. They
That would've
totally
been
could have.
cool.
Especially after Rebels.
That
Brought
would've been
back
cool.
Ezra Bridger, then you have a Jedi for the last 3.
Because Thrawn is such a formidable enemy.
He's a cool bad guy.
He is.
They need Pierce Brosnan to play him.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I would say Pierce Brosnan or
Keanu Reeves.
not Keanu
You
Reeves.
just want Keanu Reeves for
saving
everything.
Yeah, we want him in everything.
But
gonna
anyway,
be,
moving
Revan.
on from that, we need to start. We need to talk about the Mandalorian episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are talking about.
The ending, obviously, people who are watching the episodes, we all know that Moff Gideon didn't die. We know he didn't die, but everyone thinks he does, which is kind of crazy. So, who at the end caught? Before that, actually, when they get ratted out by that mechanic,
Yep.
when the other Imperial officer says, "Don't worry, you'll be rewarded handsomely in the new era." That's a cool little nod to the new trilogy. Finally, I found something positive, but it's a cool little nod for that, which I like because it
First
shows that hey, we're alive and we're genuinely building up this new
We've got a
empire.
We're
plan.
plotting. Yeah.
We're plotting, which is
Yeah.
cool because you don't really see that. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, they just push this new trilogy on us. And like, ta-da! First Order, new armor,
Yeah.
emo guy.
Read all of our books and comics to find out what happened.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think that this episode overall was really good, and I think the most, I don't know, it sets us up so much now because the ending was Baby Yoda puking blue. I mean, not that hard.
That's so
He was
cute when he had his
hands up in the air and they were flipping around and stuff. I was like, yo,
Put
he's
your
having a
hands up,
good
Yzma.
He's like, come have a drink with me. He's like, I gotta clean up, and then I gotta go. Gotta run some cleanup. But no, the true ending as he's sailing away.
Come sail away.
cut to okay, and then here's the thing that gets me is that that last shot with the ship it coming into frame is the same shot of the original
That's how they
first
all
episode
started.
of Star Wars. Yeah,
That's how they all started, 4, 5, and 6.
so good. That was such a good callback.
They've all started every Star Wars except for episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Oh, weird.
Started with a space battle. They started with a space battle or a giant ship, like basically because the crawl turned into a ship crawl.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. And this is a little bit deeper into lore, but I know that Tyler noticed it. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but at the very end, the Dark Troopers, which if you guys don't know, please go look into them. They are so cool. They are the super battle droids.
They were only like in not like a comic, right? Or was it a book?
They were in a
video game too.
Yeah,
One
they
video
were in
game
a video
way
one
back
video
when,
game,
right?
But they were kind of same thing with Republic Commandos. They were barely in anything. These guys, the Dark Troopers, are the Spartans from Halo of Star Wars. Highly modified stormtroopers.
I'm pretty sure they're force sensitive too.
They're force sensitive.
Is that
Yeah.
where more of Baby Yoda's blood is going to?
Possibly. Well, because they're supposed to be
half
like
man, half
alpha and
machine.
omega of all of that, which I think is really cool. So
They're
I'd love to see how
screwed.
those
They've
guys.
got a Darksaber and Super Troopers.
Yep.
And we've got
They
a Lone
got
Wolf
all the Farvas.
Mandalorian. We've got a 50-year-old baby, and
One day.
maybe we'll get Ahsoka
Sometime.
Tano. Didn't happen this episode.
So what do we think? What do you guys think is gonna happen? Like next episode, maybe 2 episodes.
I honestly have no
What do
idea.
you think is gonna happen? I know because they
idea.
keep throwing curveballs,
Yeah.
but like, it's gonna come to that point where he's gonna be surrounded or something's gonna happen,
Right.
and these dark troopers are gonna show up. The Darksaber is gonna be in play. Like, do you think that's gonna be one of those things where, boom, Jedi show up? You
well,
know?
I think
Because
Moff
this
Gideon and the Dark Troopers are going to show up and surround Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian. Ahsoka Tano is going to come and save him from the Dark Troopers and everything. But because Moff Gideon has the Darksaber, who's looking for the Darksaber right now?
Bo-Katan.
Exactly. I think the other Mandalorians are going to swoop in and come help with that fight.
This next
the big
episode
ultimate fight.
that's coming out next week is titled "The Jedi."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's exciting because
fingers
maybe,
crossed.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more end of season. This is what I think is going to happen. I think finally Moff Gideon is going to have his official showdown with Mando. Though it may not be directly through him, it's a proxy fight for whatever it is. The New Rebellion, or whatever they're called,
The New Republic.
the New Republic, is getting highly invested in his team. And notice how they keep making appearances, and the Empire
and
keeps
more.
making appearances. I think this is what's going to spark something, because obviously Ahsoka's there. I don't think there's going to be any other Jedi. I think it's just going to be Ahsoka, and that's fine. But there are more Mandalorians. Keep in mind, guys, we still haven't seen Boba Fett yet. We saw him one time for 5 seconds. He's going to make it back. So what I think is going to happen, I think that Boba is going to come to aid Mando in some way. That's what I'm thinking. And I think it's going to be kind of one of those, it's the final countdown kind of moments. I really think it's going to be that Avengers style, like,
Team up.
team up. You're going to have a team of Mandalorians, Rebels, a Jedi,
A baby
and
Jedi.
a baby Yoda, and then you're going to have the standard Imperials with this, with their Dark Troopers, with the Stormtroopers, with the TIE Fighters, all that. I think that that's going to be a really fun showdown, because we got gypped out of that in the final episode of the last season, because that really wasn't a showdown. That was more of an ambush. But I think it's going to end up in a official, like,
Big fight.
it's
Yeah.
going to be a brawl. And I think that's going to be awesome to see, because it shows when they were talking about the Empire, they were saying like, oh, there's not that many of them left. Empire's dead. Empire's dead. Well, apparently not. There's a lot of them. They still have a lot of Imperial troops.
If this show, I mean, we talked about the whole Snoke thing and all the clone tubes or whatever you want to call it. If this leads directly into the sequel trilogy, do you think this is where Ahsoka Tano is going to die? We're going to see her die? because she's one of the voices in episode 9, and those are all confirmed dead Jedi that talk to her.
Yeah. Well, that was what I was going to say. You made a very valid point about that last time, and I've been thinking about that actually.
Yeah, because I mean, we had Ahsoka's death in a book, part of the expanded universe. Big fan. But Disney took over and wiped the slate clean. So now Ahsoka Tano is still obviously alive, and we don't know how it ends. We know she's dead. We know she's dead because of episode 9, but she is currently still alive in the
canon.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I think that
I will be upset if Moff Gideon's the one who strikes her down.
Oh yeah, that'll piss me off.
What I think is going to happen.
He's such a good actor.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Phenomenal.
I think what's going to happen is I think Bo-Katan's going to try to get the Darksaber. I think it's going to end up being Bo-Katan versus Gideon with Ahsoka, and I think Bo-Katan's going to say something to the effect of, "No, he's mine. It's the fight for the Darksaber."
Last time,
basically, yeah. So I think that's what's going to happen, and I think Ahsoka is going to sacrifice herself to save the child.
Don't say that.
I think she's going to sacrifice herself to save the child.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
If I can be so bold, I think it may end up with Mando laying the final blow on Gideon, possibly with the Darksaber.
So he's not him specifically, but the Darksaber was originally made by a Mandalorian,
the first
who
Mandalorian
has
Jedi.
Force,
Yes.
Yeah. And so
its rightful owner should always be a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
What clan was he from? Do you know?
Uchiha.
Oh my God!
Sorry.
Get out.
Stop
That's a
it.
different segment.
Got it.
My Hokage could be the
No
favorite
animes
Hokage.
in the Star Wars.
Sorry.
He wasn't.
I mean,
No, it was the first Mandalorian Jedi.
I don't remember what they were called.
there were clans, but he was the
wasn't
first
the
one
Kreese
to
or the-
unite
Was
the
he
Mandalorians.
Was he Vizsla? I think it was.
It was
clan.
Vizsla.
Was it Vizsla?
And
Yeah.
that's where the whole feud over it came from, right? Because the Jedi had it after that, and the Mandalorians were like, "No, this belongs to House Vizsla."
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it goes to the rightful ruler of Mandalore.
Yeah.
The ruler of Mandalore should wield the saber.
Yeah.
And the Jedi were like, no, that's not how it works. The
'Cause this is a
Mandalorian's like,
lightsaber.
hey,
Yeah.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because we're bigger than
This
you.
is a Force artifact now.
Yeah. Which is stupid.
Last thing, and this is probably one for you because I don't think you saw it, so hopefully you'll go back and rewatch it. Did you see when he got to when he landed for repairs, they had already put up a statue of IG-11?
Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did not see
In
that.
loving
see it?
memory.
Yeah.
Bro, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
I had to
very
go back
happy.
and watch it a second time to see it because I didn't see it my first time through.
See, I don't get to watch The Mandalorian the morning of Friday. I have to wait for me to get done with work and my wife to get done with
I
work,
didn't watch
and
it
then
till
that's
last night.
our. Yeah, we watch it every night and we eat taquitos, so we're good.
That sounds
Thanks
like
for
a
the
good time.
invite.
Deliciosa.
Double date?
Huh?
You want a double date? Mandalorian
I would
taquito
love
date?
to.
Deliciosa.
It's Kel's catchphrase.
But anyway, I think the next episode is going to be great. I think we're finally going to be able to see Ahsoka,
Finally.
and I think we may have another cameo from
Baba?
no, probably not Boba, but you might get another cameo quickly of the
Bo-Katan?
Night Owls.
Ooh.
So
Yeah. I just want to see Sasha Banks again.
On that note.
doesn't?
On that note, yeah, this has been the Mandalorian recap.
until next time,
Until next time.
this is the way.
This is the way.
The way.
This is the way.
This is the way. Sorry. I'm going to cut
Well,
that.
every time.